Hello, and today I want to do a painting of a fox. I've got some reference sketches and scribbles in my book that I did while I was just doing nothing in particular. I wanted one looking up, but I don't want it to look real. I've got a couple here that I made like out of ACO cards to get the hang of it a little bit, and I've got a reference picture from Google that's probably belongs to somebody, but what I want to do, as you saw, is have the fox looking upwards. So I've got this one, so I've got his long neck looking up, but then the sky would be up here. So I'm going to begin by putting in the pencil sketch details of how I want my fox to be shaped. And I did say I didn't want to, he's basking, so his eye would be quite closed. And I did say that I didn't want it to be too real. I'm going to paint it in watercolour, so I'll get on with this, and once we've done the sketch we'll come back, see how it's looking. Now I know I said I was going to do it in watercolour, just do a pencil sketch, but I had a different idea once I started sketching it and decided to do it, to give it an ink outline, as I want it to be more jagged and designed rather than a realistic picture of a fox like this fella here. I can do a realistic fox, but sometimes you just have to be more creative instead of just copying something. So still going to do it in watercolour, but I'm going to have his actual features all standing out and his outline and everything. So it's more of a design or an illustration than a photographic image. I'll just get on with this. I'm using a Unipin fine liner to do this. It's waterproof, so once it's dry we can watercolour over everything. I've just done the actual basic outline, and now I will stylise it with some 3D shadows and effect. It's strange because this wasn't what I was planning on doing in the beginning, but sometimes when you work on a project that's imagination based, you get a better idea once you get going of what you want to do next, and then everything changes. So I'll just fill in lots and lots of detail for this shading, and then think about the background. I wanted sunshine, and now that I've done this jagged, very jaggedly designed fox, I'm going to have to think about my background again, because that was going to be a soft sunshine, and I don't think that's going to fit. Right, let's continue putting in these shadows, just by putting in a line on one side of that jagged, like a thick line on one side, stands it out so it becomes furrier. Right, that's most of the thickest lines in. It was quite hard to do some of them because I'm the sort of artist that moves the paper around a lot and turns it around and moves all over the table, which is no good if you're making video. So I'll just continue with, we'll put in some whiskers. I've got to think about that background. Put in some whiskers and make each of these little furry things have a little more of a highlight on it, here, there and everywhere, before I concentrate and get my head around this background. Also, now that I've got the shape and there is the shadows from not just these bits that make it stick out, but show that they're above. This one is on top of this one, and there is a slight shadow. And this will create more of a 3D effect for those tufts of fur. Just a little bit, because we're going to colour this in, and we can colour it in with some darker tones underneath those little corners there where the light's not reaching. And this will also, because the sun's shining down on the fox's face, this will also, well, that's what I say at the moment. That might change. I might change it to a moon, but I've still got it in my head. It's going to be the sun shining down on the fox, and we need to reflect that in the shadows under these fluffy tufts. So we'll just continue down with those. Well, that worked out well. Time to put in the background. And I'll let that dry before I rub off all the pencil that was there. I'm going to have sunbeam kind of lines putting in here. Quite faint ones. But as this has become a stylised piece, then we'll have a glow over here, a bit of a hill or a rainbow maybe, a pattern. Put in a mountain shape, maybe some tree shape in the same angled, weirdly angled way. And some more in the background behind that piece. And I'll just fill in some shapes and things. I don't want to do an actual proper background because it's not a proper fox anymore. It's become more like, I suppose it's slightly stained glass windowish kind of look to it. I've added some circular shapes because it contrasts all the jagged edges that I have created here. But I'm also breaking them up with the same jagged looking beams. But when we get down to the watercolour bit, you'll see how this works with the light being on the fox. But I do have to wait a moment to make sure all the pens are dry. I put a slightly darker orange, red under the shady bits. Just do a few. And then a lighter, well, that didn't come out much lighter, did it? A lighter one for it to blend into. There we go, it doesn't matter. nothing matters. If it doesn't go how you wanted it to, it's just as good. It's just a little bit different. You can always darken these parts more, not putting too much emphasis on getting it spot on like a colouring book. It's a watercolour, so it's all going to touch each other and spread and move to where it wants to go, and there's not, without spending a hell of a lot of time on it, there's not much point, as it wasn't going to be a detailed picture of a fox. There's a lot of detail in it, but it's not photographic detail. I'll continue up with these ones. As I continued up, the fox got lighter and lighter, because on a fox this part of it would be white, plus we've got the sun shining down on its face. So apart from this little bit here where its muzzle is a different colour to the white, I've got to use some kind of paint, but I've mixed down hardly anything at all there. Just enough yellow in it to show that it's sunlight shining on it and reflecting. And there will be shadow underneath its chin, but not where it's directly pointing up at the sun there. That is white. It's white fur. So that's my fox pretty much sorted. A few more little bits here and there. And then we will do something in the background, which orange is opposite colour. Well, it's not it's opposite colour. Blue is its opposite colour, but this is a greeny blue. It is blue, but I want to stick to the just blue and green for the other colours, because blue is its opposite colour and green is one of the other secondary colours, which orange is a secondary colour. And orange and green, I like how they go together. So we're putting a lot of that in. Hopefully it won't spread into the orange here. It should be dry enough. And it doesn't matter if it does. And some more there. Might have to do it a bit darker. I'll go around it for a little bit and see how I feel. Letting it blend between, I've got one shade of green and a very bluey shade of green. And where that sunshine comes in, it's extremely light as I can get that yellow really without having no colour at all. Well, it isn't, but it's enough. It's enough for me. And then it merges with those little balls that I've also done in the greens and yellows, and we can add little bits of that into here as the sunlight dissipates into the greenery landscape background. It's abstract kind of background. And there's our little stylised fox. I don't think there's much more needs to be done to it. Apart from taking out, putting in a frame and seeing how it stands out once it's dry. Then I can always touch it up with white. I know you shouldn't use white when you're doing watercolours, but this was a different kind of watercolour. Like here, that's bled a little bit. That might annoy me when it's finished and dry, so I might tap a bit of white over that. But mostly I'm quite happy with how that's looking, and I will leave it at that for now. I hope you enjoyed following that, and don't copy it exactly, pick your own creature, try the same style. And oh, I just realised I missed a bit down there. Typical. Here you're all shouting, you missed a bit. There. Right, finished. Bye bye.